Today I want to talk to you about the 5 situations that I will buy a high ranking item. And when I mean high ranking, I mean high number, meaning a big number. Most of you know that the lower the number of rank, the faster it's going to sell for the most part. Each sales category has a different personality, and each product category has a different personality on Amazon. And so, a 100,000 rank in one category is completely different in a $100,000 rank in another category. And so that's why, I put together the sales rank category. If you go to fulltimefba.com and subscribe, you'll get a free download of the main Amazon categories and I break it down. The numbers in the top 1%, the top 5%, and the top 10%. If you're already a subscriber, you got the January update just a few days ago in your inbox. If you didn't get that, just email me, I can send it to you. But go to the website fulltimefba.com/nothing. Actually, there's no / fulltimefba.com and subscribe, and you'll be able to get that download of the sales rank category chart. But there's times that I will buy an item that is really high ranking, and here are the times. There's times when it is a good idea. Most of the time that when you're outsourcing, you want to buy items that fall into the lower ranking categories, because we all know those mean faster sales, faster turnovers. So here are the 5 situations where I will buy a high ranking item on Amazon. Number 1, if the sale price is artificially high. If the sale price is artificially high, that's probably why the rank is also very high. If I'm outsourcing and I look at an item, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is priced at $80 right now, and I can buy it for $5. Man, that's awesome. Oh, but the rank is really high. Well, the reason the rank might be so high is because it's priced at $80, and that's not the price people are willing to pay. So what I do is I go check out camel.com and I look at the sales rank history, I look at the pricing history, and I kind of see where the sweet spot was, where it was selling before. With Camel, you can look at both pages, the sales rank and the pricing, and you can kind of click back and forth and line them up and be like, okay, items sold when it was at this price, but items stopped selling and therefore the rank went higher when the price reached this amount. So if it's selling for, or when I say selling, I mean when it's priced at $80, but it's not selling, the sales rank goes high. So I look at the history and I'm like, oh, you know what? If I sold this at $40, it would probably sell. And so I would buy that item in a heartbeat because I realized in the past it sold consistently at $40, even $30, $20. If I'm buying it for $5, if it consistently sold at a lower price, I will buy that. So the number 1 reason was when the price is artificially too high, I will buy a high-ranking sales item. Number 2 is when the item is out of stock. Again, the sales rank is going to get higher and higher because there's nothing to sell. So it's only going to get a great sales rank when there's a sale. So if an item is out of stock, again, I'll go check out Camel history and see what was happening when it was in stock. So if I find an item that's out of stock, a lot of times when you find an item that's out of stock, most of the time that's a really good thing, because you can choose your own price, and there's no competition. So you can get in on that, have no competition, and pick your own price. Now, when I say pick your own price, I don't mean like $1 million. You're not going to get away with that. But again, look at Camel. Pick a price that you think is competitive, and what happened in the past, and go with that. And if there is no Camel data, it's possible that you pick a price based on your best knowledge. Maybe pick a price $10 higher than what you would pay for it, and then after about 2 weeks later, if it doesn't sell, bring it down a little bit. If it doesn't sell after that, bring it down a little bit more. But play around with the price and see what works. So if the item's out of stock, a lot of times I will still buy a high-ranking item. Number 3 is not really applicable right now, but if Q4 is approaching and an item has a really high sales rank, I will expand my sales rank parameters, and I will buy items with higher sales ranks, because the velocity during Q4 is so great that a lot of times sales ranks that don't sell maybe once a month all year long end up selling, once a day during Q4. So again, you got to figure out by now, I'm addicted to camel. Go to camel, look at how things worked out during Q4 of the last year and see how it worked. So it's something that you can look at and be able to realize, if Q4 is approaching, or if it's something that you want to buy and hold until Q4, that's your choice. Think about the opportunity costs when you decide to buy and hold for Q4, but that's sometimes when I'll go buy a high-ranking item. So number 4 is this. If it has a really bad picture, or the title really stinks, the keywords are bad, either one of those items, if the listing needs to be improved and it's worth my time to improve it, I'll buy a high-ranking item. Sometimes a rank has a really high number because the title is horrible or the picture is horrible. There's times I've seen sellers on Amazon who are trying to sell an item on Amazon, and it's like a picture of them taking a picture of the item in the store on the shelf, and it's blurry and there's a glare, and it's horrible. It goes against Amazon's rules. We're taking pictures, or the pictures for sales items, it goes against their rules and policies, but some people get it slipped in under. But if it's worth your time, and that's a key important thing. If you're like, man, there's 10 of these and it's really great ROI, I think it's worth my time, or maybe if it's even just one item, but the ROI is incredible and you think it's worth your time to take quality pictures, improve keywords, improve the title, it's something to look into. Because sometimes I've seen titles, product titles on Amazon that are only 1 or 2 words. And I'm like, oh, you're missing out on so many opportunities to have buyers find you by including better words in your title. So if I look at something, like one time I was sourcing something and I looked and the title was Mario Puzzle, and that's all it said, Mario Puzzle. And I'm like, okay, if it said Super Mario 100-piece puzzle with Luigi, Yoshi, and Princess Peach, castle puzzle, if no one's just going to be able to find that item, and it's not going to be unique just with it saying Mario Puzzle. And so if you take a few minutes just improving the title, that could help people find that item faster and improve the ranking. So if the picture is bad, title is bad, keywords are bad, and the sales rank is high, I might still get it if it's worth my time to correct those mistakes. And the last reason I will source something that has a really high rank is if I get it absolutely free or like next to free. If I get something for free, or I get it for like 5 cents or 25 cents or something like that, sometimes, I will still send in a high-ranking item, knowing that, it's probably going to be just pennies a month for storage fees, and it might sell it during Q4, or, it might sell 6 months from now, but I did not put any or very little capital into that item. Now, again, I don't just send anything in. I'm not going to send in a toy ranked, 2 million, simply because I got it for free, because toys ranked around 2 million probably haven't sold in 2 or 3 years, so it's not worth that. But if the rank is high but not too high, I'll send stuff in if I get them for free. So a few things to consider when you're outsourcing. A lot of times we've got our sales rank parameters and you're like, I'm only buying the top 1% or the top 5% or the top 10%. But sometimes expanding that a little bit for certain reasons could help you, could give you better inventory, could have a more balanced inventory. You might find a few long tail items that have really great ROI just by expanding your sales rank parameters. Yeah, we just sold a toy ranked 1 million last week. And another time I bought a toy that was ranked 1.5 million, but it was because it was the selling price was artificially high, and it was a brand name that I knew and I trusted, and that's like a little bonus tip too. I guess number 6 could be this one, that I'll buy a high-ranking item if it's a really well-known brand name, but it's combined with all these other ones. The prices are too high, or if it's out of stock. But yeah, I sourced it was a Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader board game, like electronic board game type thing, and it was ranked 1.5 million, but it was out of stock for about 6 months. So the sales rank shot up to 100, 1.5 million, since no one had it in stock for 6 months. And I sent it in and it sold a couple weeks later. It's, it's awesome. And you all know I love board games. And so I tried it and it worked. So a few ideas for you when you're outsourcing. Think outside the sales rank box. There's other opportunities where you can still get sales, even if it's a high sales rank. So I hope that's all the time we have for today. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. If you like this video, it'd be awesome if you gave me a little thumbs up below. And if you have a comment or a question, you can leave that below too. I'd like to keep the discussion going in the comments about that. If you have anything you want to add, anything you want to ask, you can do that in the comments below. Also below in the description, there you will find links that I talked about during this video, and you can check that out in the description below, and it will take you right where you want to go. And you know what? If you'd like to make sure you don't miss out on any future videos, be sure you subscribe to this YouTube channel so you get all of the free Amazon FBA video training that I will be uploading often. And if you want to learn more about how to make a full-time income, only spending part-time hours with Amazon FBA, come on over to the website, fulltimefba.com. Subscribe, you'll get some free PDF downloads that will help your Amazon FBA business become a little easier. I want to help you make a full-time income with only part-time hours on Amazon FBA, and I will see you soon. Bye.